Welcome back to HOLMAKRA for the Pioneer series, episode 17, with me, MrSealyp. It's 9:22 in the morning. I had a bit of a lie-in. I was working late last night. Right, well, where do we stand this morning? Things are looking great. Our corn is growing nicely in the lower field. It all looks very colourful all of a sudden. I'm going to do an overview in a second, kind of like an aerial thing. I'll have to do it using the placeable, like the mod placeable thing, but overnight we've had our horse pen built. We've put that in. That's here. So we'll be getting a horse at some point. I'm only going to get the one, just so I can do a bit of riding around. Now, this field is a bit of a patchwork quilt. I did oats on this section here. I did canola on this section here. And then up this side here, I did sugar beet. So we're kind of trying to do everything realistically for pigs. What I did here was I just left a gap, and because I'd already pre-seeded, I mean that technically is a crop that can just be cultivated over, whereas I put a proper boundary in between the grass field and this field. This one is literally just grass crop, and that's just where I left a gap when I did my planting, and there should be one over here as well. Yep, so we've got a little gap there. So I've got these three crops there, got a corn growing down the bottom of the hill here, the grass is growing fine, no problem at all. What we'll do, I'm going to whiz over to kind of the entrance, I suppose, the way we come up the hill, and I'm going to do a little of a kind of a flyover overview of what we got. As you've seen overnight, I took the vehicles over to our other site, where I'm going to start on the 8-metre log contract I've got down at the lumberyard. I have already started on that, started cutting trees and clearing an area. I'll tell you what, that low loader and lorry, it was like mud runner. It was, I honestly didn't think it was going to get through. I did get stuck on that rock, as you saw, but this thing just chugged away, and it pulled both of them over. It took the excavator and it took the mill loader, no problem at all. I've taken the stump grinder over as well, so we're looking good. Cows and sheep seem to be okay. Actually, I was going to find out whereabouts. Oh, it's there, isn't it? Of course it is. So our manure goes there, our slurry point's there, so that's where our manure's going to be. Let's just jump on that a second. Clear that pile. Or is that all it needed? Let's have a quick check. Check on our animals. Cows, yeah, straw's full again. Haven't used that much total mix ration. I mean, to be fair, I've only got 4. Chickens are doing okay. Although they're still saying 0 on the eggs, I don't think they've produced anything. And the sheep, we've got a little bit of wool on the go, and they're cleanliness, and I need to clean them out a little bit. I might get the front loader and bucket for the little Fergie, I think, maybe, for cleaning up down there. I've got the Sally Handler bucket, I could whiz down there with that. Anyway, on to the overview. Let's have a quick look, then I'll get back down over to the login. We've got to go down to the store, because I'm going to lease a couple of bits of equipment. I'm going to do it using this, it's just I don't know, there's not a drone on console. So what we'll do, so when we come up the hill, this is where we come up the hill, and obviously this was all trees to this side as well. That was all trees, so we cleared out our meadow here. So let's zoom up here. So we've got our meadow that we cleared up over the hillside there. That was done. We've got our long shed with our vehicles and machinery. We've got our cow barn, cow shed with our bunker silo for silage there. We've got a little windmill. We've got a fertiliser point there, and we've got a grass strip running around here that we can use whenever we need to. That is the wood sell point that was there at the start of the thing, and this was literally, that was the clearing. Everything else around this was woodland. We've got our 2 buildings with all our machinery and stuff with a shelter extension on the side. And as you can see, our little patchwork quilt there. So this was all cut back as well, so we've got our crops. Oh, we've got a scarecrow, I meant to say. Put a scarecrow in here. So we've got a scarecrow on the field there. And I put one down the lower field as well. We've now got our horse. It's not really a stable, is it? We have got another scarecrow right the way down there on the corner, just there. Our first field that we cleared and cut. Then we've got our pond area that we put in. There's the well, the chickens, the farmhouse, our little log pile, washing line, Swedish flag. We've got our solar panels, and then we've got the lower pasture, lower section with our sheepfold. We've got a small shelter, and we've got our silo for storage. It's only a small one. I might put a second one in for those. I'm just trying to think what to do there. I might well do, and we've got our seed point there should we need it. So that's the kind of overview of where we are so far. That's what it kind of looks like as a more aerial thing. I still am blown away by how much this has changed. I don't know why I'm blown away. I mean, I made the changes, but you know what I mean? It's taken a long time. It's been a lot of work, and anyway, that's where we are at the moment. So as I said, I'm going to head over to the login site. I don't think I need to take anything over with me. Actually, I do. You know what we'll do? We'll go over in the lorry, because I'm going to need to get a trailer. Or get the trailer. I realised I didn't do my 79,000 litres of wood chips yesterday for Willie's Logging Switzerland. I meant to do that. So I would have to do a double load today. That's not a problem. But I'll use this to go down, and well, I might grab the trailer with this. I don't know how well the trailer's going to fare getting up to where we're working. I have taken the wood chipper over as well, and I'm considering buying one of those wood chippers if I'm going to do it regularly. Or, I mean, to be fair, I could just keep it on a long-term lease. It's not costing me a huge amount of money, in all honesty. But anyway, so I'll see you over there in a moment. I'll show you where we're at there, and then we'll get on with some logging. So as you saw last night, I was bringing all the machinery along here. I ended up stopping with the second one when I brought down the mill loader along here, because it was easier than trying to turn onto the clearing. And I just kind of tucked them both into the tree line, which is where the mill loader is still. But what I have done is started clearing out this area here. I literally just where the excavator was, just kind of moved my way in. I'm doing 8-metre cuts because that's what the contract is asking for. It's not a subscriber contract, it's just a kind of, you know, a narrative construct. So I've been doing 8-metre piles and putting them down. Now what I have also been doing, I'll have to be careful, because when you've got your piles on the ground like this, using this, the T-Rex, the lizard T-Rex, it's got the mulcher, but this will not only get rid of stumps, but it will get rid of entire trees. You know, you can clear an area without actually having to do any forestry. You can just cut it all down and get rid of it. You've got to be careful, because if you clear a stump, where have I got one? I've got one close to a pile somewhere. If you try and clear a stump next to where you've got a pile of wood, it can get rid of the pile, which I found out to my cost here. I tried to get rid of this one, and I had a pile there of about 8 or 9 logs, and all the smaller ones, bonk, just vanished, just disappeared. So just a word of warning, just be incredibly careful. Once I've moved all these piles, I will then take the rest of the stumps out. But I've been clearing the stumps, putting my piles. What I've also been doing, if you remember on this map, the thinner ones, or slightly thinner ones, you can lift. The thicker ones you can't. So what I've been doing as I've been putting my piles together, I've been kind of pairing it all out, and I've been, not all of it, some of it I have. So what I've been doing is grabbing the thinner ones that I can actually pick up, and there are some fairly thick ones here, and put them to one side. I'm going to wood chip those, I'm not going to do all of them. I'm not going to do it with every single pile. And then that should leave me with piles of just fairly thick stuff. I know I've got a load of thin bits mixed in this one, but I mean, I'm just gradually going through and taking bits out. And then we'll get the mill loader up here. We'll get a trailer, and we'll start loading up these logs to go down. I have got the wood chipper is over here on the clearing. Now the clearing I don't own. This bit here opens out, and to buy this clearing, this little bit here, you have to buy a massive plot that costs about 2.1 million, I think. So the clearing doesn't belong to us. But at some point, I'm going to move this in. I'm also going to get a wood chip storage point, some kind of wood chip storage. I'm going to flatten a bit of land here, and this will be my kind of wood chipping zone area, because this forest that we own here goes right the way down to the road where we originally started out. So I'll probably put in a wood chipping point somewhere to store it with the wood chipper. I can bring logs up here, wood chip them, either deliver them directly or store them ready for delivery. That's kind of my option here. And then I'm going to do some replanting up here too. These are all fairly tall trees, so I'm getting some good piles out of these. I need to go down to the store because I've got work to do. I've got more stuff to grab. So that's just a kind of update where we're at, what we're doing, why we are where we are, and what kind of feeling I have, you know. That's where I got stuck on there, so I decided, you know what, back out again. So this track will take us back down to our original start point, and all this forest to the left is all ours, so we can just crack on with it. Just I remembered, I leased the War Z because I thought I would need it for shredding bales, and I suddenly remembered I don't need to. I can do it off the off of our feed mixer, so I didn't need that in the end, and I completely forgot that I got it. Anyway, right, machinery that I need for today, let's grab it. I am the Elephant King. I've got the Ponds Elephant King, and I've got the Elephant King trailer as well. I've gone for tracks on the front, chains on the back, gone for the silver ones on the ELEPHANT-4s on that. What I've also done, and this is for later on potentially, because I'm thinking the steep hill, I don't know how well it's going to cope. Anyway, this is the Stage 5 EU Stage 5 version, 286 horsepower. I'm going to have a go with the crane, I always do, but if I find it's taking too long or it's not grabbing the logs properly or anything like that, I've got the mill loader. We've got some extensions we can do on this. We can pull the trailer back a little bit to allow for the 8 metre lengths we're going to have on here. We can put the bed up, the sides up, we can open it out wider, same with the trailer as well, so we should get a fair bit of load on this as well. Now we do have a trailer hitch on the back of this, as we have a trailer hitch on here. What I've also done is got a dolly excuse me, and put it onto the trailer we've got here for doing our wood chipping. So I'm wondering whether or not, I don't know if I'll be able to take it all up now. Is it worth trying? You know what, why not? Let's make a road train. I don't know if it'll hook up to the trailer at the back in all honesty, but hey, all we can do is try. I love this thing. I don't use forwarders very often. I know when I did the mod reviews on this, I love the fact the load beds were huge, and they tilt as well. You can tilt the load beds, which I think is a brilliant bit of, brilliant bit of kit. Great idea. I'm just thinking what I'll do is come at this from a better angle, because that's a horrific angle. I don't think it's going to pull up the steep hill, but we can but try. If I can get it all up there in one go, it saves me going backwards and forwards. Please hook up. Oh, it does. Oh, this is the weirdest thing. I'm worried that the trailer's quite high-sided, and it may tip over on some of the steep bits, which it could well do. I don't really know. And like I say, this just may just struggle horribly trying to get up that, because that is a really steep hill where we originally did our logging. I'm going to get the stump grinder, our T-Rex, down the hill at some point, and we'll clear out all the stumps from our original site. But yeah, if I can get all this up in one go, why not? We'll get a load loaded. Why have I picked this? Like I just said, load bed size, I like the mod. In all honesty, for no other reason, because I want to. There are probably better bits of kit. There are probably things with better engines, better torque, better horsepower. I don't know, but so I don't often use forwarders. I'll just load up a trailer on site and then just take the trailer away. But I thought, considering it's 8 metre length contract, these load beds should work pretty well. So I'll see in a minute. Maybe we'll be struggling on the hill. I'm not sure. We probably will be, but like I say, I can only try. What an absolute beast! This thing is phenomenal. That's just astounding. Yeah, alright, I slowed down. We got to 0 and then to 1 and it kind of chugged along. But it did it. Where's a good place to leave this trailer? Somewhere it's not going to tip over, probably. And somewhere it's out of the way. Oh, tree stump. Great idea. Let's just crash into that. Right, so I want to disconnect that. Fantastic. So let's get everything set on this. So if I'm on my trailer, I'm pretty sure I can push that out, right the way out. So I can get my 8 metre lengths on there. I'm just thinking the 8 metres might be too long. We can also, let's think, which one was it? Up, and nope, and then right. There we go, out. So I can tilt it like so, if I want to, or I can open and close it. So I've opened it, let's open it and tilt it the right way, like that. I'm going to leave it level. I could tilt it towards an area if I've slowed, you know, whichever way I want to do it. Now I need to switch back to the main vehicle, and the same with this. I need to, no, that's crane. Switch to secondary option. Let's open it out like that, and then let's go up like that. So we are on wide load bed, up as high as we can go. Like I say, I'm not sure now about the lengths here. Right, let's switch back to front crane, swing out. I don't know how well this is going to work in all honesty, but open it up. Let's move it. What I'm going to do? Let's switch to am I hitting another? Not the best camera angle. Oh, I'm way out. I thought I was seeing way closer. Depth perception is terrible. I'm not going to be able to fit them, am I? 8s is not. I thought 8s were going in, no problem at all. With that bar extended, but I don't think it will. Oh, that's going to be a problem. And that is really long as well. Hang on a minute. They look very long. They look longer than those to you. Why are they so long? Hang on. Or is it just my perception of length? Yeah, 8 isn't going to work, is it? That's what the contract's for. What am I going to do? That's as far out as that trailer goes as well. Yeah, I think all the 8s... Oh no, I've done loads at 8 metres. Probably would have been better off 6s. Oh no. I mean, I'm shy by just a fraction, aren't I? Although that said, the tipping point's going to be too far back as well, isn't it? What about... This is really not the best way of doing this. So it's same off there. If I open that up. Okay. Huh? That looks like that'll fit. No, oh no, it's gone right underneath, that's why. Right, let's get the crane out of the way. Oh yeah, it's gone right under, look. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, that's gone on there really well. Let's have a look. That's a bit close for comfort. It's lucky these particular ones I can actually manhandle. Literally manhandle as well. Just going through the back of them. Yeah, that's not going to make for turning particularly good, is it? Damn, that's access this land. Seriously. Come on. I can't do that with every single log. I've got loads of them. What have I done? Oh. So it would appear the last episode of mistake heavy stuff it's going to be no different than this one. I need 7s. Do I really want to go around cutting off the ends of every single log? So strap that down for a minute. Okay, let's move this. Oh, try it like that. Yeah, that's definitely it, isn't it? They're just thicker. Right, what I'm going to do... It's going to take me ages. I'm going to cut a big chunk off the end of each of these. What's left will be logged, will be wood chips. Not ideal. Throw those into a pile. I'm going to have to all of them now. So everything else I cut from now has got to be 7s. I will speak to the lumber yard and I'm sure they'll be okay with that. I hope they're okay with that. Right, it gives me a whole. At least with these, it gives me a whole load for wood chipping, and then after that, I'll just cut a different length. Why does that not want to cut? Frustrating, ever so slightly. You know what I'm having real problems with is I've been playing Construction Simulator, and the controls, I think I've got them on a different setting on there, because I've been playing that. All of a sudden I've thought, you know, the crane controls all ran the wrong way. I think I've had them set up differently. Although this is probably the best I've ever done using the old grab. The old grabber. Actually, not. I will do. Let's extend that out. Swing it. No, don't fall out. Don't. Well, it fell into the right place. I'll take that. Swing that round. So not all facing the same way. Am I stuck on? There we go. That's better. Sort of. Let's force that down like that, and let's get a strap on that just for the time being. He says. Strap that. Get that out of the way. Okay, well. It's on. I'm quite surprised with myself. I'm too far away again, I think. I'm having real problems with this today. Right, there we go. Too heavy one end. Should fall down really. Do. Okay, well. I've certainly done worse with logs, I know that. Strap. The whole thing goes. Okay, not great. Yeah. They're just too long, aren't they? Cool. Well, as you can imagine, I'm going to spend some time now cutting logs. Why is that not strapped down? What? cleared up everything, apart from the stuff I put in a pile to wood chip. I trimmed off the ends of some of the 8 metres, and some over here as well, just enough to load up the front section with 7s, or 7.5, 6.5, I don't know, whatever they are. The back I left as 8s, so all the rest that were out here that were cut as 8s I've left. That is the most unwieldy and potentially dangerous load I think I've probably ever seen. And it is super laggy, just too much on there. So when I get down to the lumberyard, I'm going to renegotiate and see if we can get away with 6s. I think 6s might be better. 6s is going to bring us out to about here, which is a much safer load, and especially on here that's going to bring us out to about here, I reckon. It's definitely got to be the way to go if I'm going to be using this a little bit more. I loaded all of that front section, as you've seen, using the crane on there, but then I used the mill loader to do the 8 metre ones to put on the back of there, and that was a doddle. It was so quick. So there we go, we're ready to go. I'll show you what I mean. You can already see as the camera starts to move, and as we start to drive, super laggy. This doesn't like to turn either because I'm so close between the front section and the rear trailer. I did cut some of the logs, but then they seem to have shifted. I'm not sure how I'm going to make the 2 turns I've got to make. This one's a really tight one. Anyway, like I said, because it's really awful lag, I'm going to see you down there. See what we get for this. We'll renegotiate. I'm going to start, or continue to clear, ready for our wood chip storage facility, and we'll see how we get on. I just don't know if I'm going to get around this. I don't know. It's turning alright now. Don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. Yeah, look. Oh, it's awful. This thing just keeps on tugging though, it's brilliant. We're going to get around alright. That was honestly a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Let's go. The frame rate train is coming into the station. Something I realised dawned on me, and I used to great effect on the way down. The tilting of the load beds, and this is probably completely obvious and it didn't even dawn on me. Not just for loading. When I was driving down the hill and I'd go over a bump and the whole thing would lean. You can counteract the lean by tilting the load bed. So if the whole lot's shifting to the right, you just tip the load bed to the left, then it kind of counterbalances the tilt. Then as you level back out again, you just level it back up again. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me before. What I am going to do is I'm going to drive through, I'm going to unhook the rear trailer, unload that first, and then come back, because as soon as I unhook, that's going to drop off. I could do the whole lot in one, I suppose it would take the whole lot in one go, wouldn't it? If I could fit into the point here. Right, if I take off the straps, this could all go horribly wrong now, couldn't it? Okay, that's all sat. Straps. We've lost a log. We have a log down. Right, what are we going to get? 128 grand. Well worth filling that up, wasn't it? As you can see, look. I'm slightly tilted. Only ever slightly, I just didn't quite put it back straight. So, negotiations will commence. Let's see if we can get away with 6s. If we can get away with 6s, that'll make life a lot easier. As I said before, what I'm going to do now is carry on clearing the area, carry on cutting. If we can cut 6s, we'll do 6s. Clear a space enough to put in a wood chip storage facility. And what I'm also going to see if we can wood chip directly into the storage, which will help massively. Then we can come and collect loads of wood chip whenever we need it. That's the plan for the next step. But I do want to load up some 6s I mean, potentially what I could do now, if I'm going to do 6s, I could grab another one of these trailers, because it will hook on. You know what? I might even do that. Should I get another one? If I can get those 6s, I could load that one and another one behind that and bring back a triple load, couldn't I? You know what? I'm going to do that. He's gone mad, I tell you. He's gone absolutely stark raving bonkers. But why not? Let's get that. Rim colour. The colour I went for the actual Elephant King and the trailers. I went for the Hardy. I quite like that red. It's kind of an off red, so to speak. Osphors. I'm going to go for the silver. I'm going to go for the chains again. Not that I need them. I could probably get away with tyres, but load space. We want that one. I don't know why I want that one. I like the ability to be able to tilt the bed if I need to, which seems to work quite nicely. Right, so let's lease one of those. Oh no, not purchase, no. Obviously that can get a little bit unwieldy because you're doing multiple articulations, but this is actually one articulation hooking up. It's just once I've got this one then hooked up, and then obviously you've got 3 lots of controls you've got to work out, and all 3 lots of straps, and it's a lot of paraphernalia. Right, we're hooked up, so we're on the 3rd one. I need to extend that out. I don't for transport actually. What I can do is bring those back, but what I will do is put the load bed up. Let's bring that, hang on, no, right in. Load bed. Oh, come on, right, load bed up. And we want load bed open, like that. Then we'll switch back to the first trailer, we'll bring that in, no. Oh man, come on. Why am I having such a... There we go. It's like a strange logging centipede. Yeah, I think I've tilted the first and second load beds are definitely tilted. One's tilted one way, one's tilted the other way. You can see by the uprights aren't quite right, are they? Hang on. No. That's a bit better. Oh, come on. Level. That'll do. more of the site has been cleared, and the ELEPHANT-IPEDE, for that is what it will be known as from now on, is fully loaded. But Lag City, it's fantastic being able to do this, and it looks wonderful, and doing the 6 metre lengths made life so much easier, and using the mill loader to load it, it's just an absolute breeze. But as soon as you get near it and try to drive it and try to load it with the mill loader, the lag is horrific. It's just the way it is, you know. You've got a lot of different objects here all in one place, and it's going to do it. It does it with trailers, it does it with pallets, it does it with all sorts of stuff. It just is the way it is. So this is heading off down to the store. I will get rid of this, down to the store, down to the lumberyard. So that'll be another part of the kind of ongoing contract I've got with them. I'm going to do a little bit of landscaping probably, and we're going to get our wood chip storage put in, and then we'll look at, probably in the next episode, getting some more of this cleared, and we'll wood chip a load so we've got some in storage. Everything that I had on the floor, all the pile I had over there, plus all the offcuts that I did so I could load up the first few trailers, I've wood chipped all of it, and that's now in there. I think we've got 72,000 litres, I think, so not quite a full trailer, but not far off. And then once we've got that full, that'll be another load off for Willie's Logging Switzerland. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head off now. We have come to the end of this episode, but oh no, it's awful. So I'm going to stop there. I think we have come to the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.